Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Danai. I am a psychotherapist, a yoga and meditation teacher, and today we're going to touch the psychology department because I would like to refer to a subject that we can always come back to and use it as a tool whenever I'm talking about future issues that involve psychology. So today's subject is habits, and not just any habit, but all the bad habits, and how to use some tools in order to overcome them, in order to change them. To begin with, let's start with what is a habit. And a habit is a behavioral pattern that happens through repetition. It's being established through repetition, and it is established to a degree sometimes that it becomes automatic, subconscious. For example, I wake up in the morning and I go to make coffee. For the past 20 years I've been doing this. If this is not happening in the morning, something is wrong with the universe. And some other people are smoking, or biting their nails, even better. I think with this, they're biting their nails and you're doing it subconsciously. They're not thinking that you're biting your nails at this point. Secondly, how is a habit being built? So, as I said before, a habit is being built through repetition. The more we repeat a pattern, the better we become on it and the easier it becomes to our body, to our brain. Let's say that we want to start playing the piano. At the beginning we cannot use our finger, or then we cannot be using all of our fingers together, and then we cannot be using both of our hands together, and then at the end we might be able to use our hands together, and then we find a way that we can actually use the hands without looking at them and playing the piano, reading at the notes and still playing the piano. That means that we have created a way to become better, and this pattern has become automatic. What has the brain done is that it has developed new neurons in order to cope with this new pattern. For example, let's say that you are smoking for the first time. The experience must be horrible. Smoke is coming inside you. You must be coughing and feeling horrible and wanting to vomit, and you might even be sick after that. But as the time goes by and you are doing it more and more and more and more, you are not even remembering this feeling. You don't have it anymore. You just put a cigarette in your mouth and you smoke. That means that your brain has found a way to not feel bad so that you keep doing the habit. How a habit works. There is a way that the habit is working. We start from a point A and we go to a point B. The point A is a stimulant. It is the initial circumstance that is going to lead us to the point B, that is going to be the reward, the result. And in order to reach from point A to point B, we need to have a way, a path, a strategy. So let's say that we have point A, I'm stressed, and point B, I want to cope with stress. Our brain is going to find a path in which we are going to be able to cope with stress, but it's also going to be an easy way. Our brain is searching for easy ways to come from point A to point B so that it can save energy. So I am stressed, I don't want to be stressed anymore, I'm gonna smoke. How are we going to change this habit? And I say change because we cannot just quit. We really need to substitute the habit with something that is healthier, something that is more beneficial for us. And for this to happen, we need to use our initial factor, let's say our stress, our whatever this might be, our shyness, our loneliness, as a fuel in order to go to point B. So I'm stressed, I am biting my nails, I'm coping with stress. Maybe that might be I'm stressed, I am going for a walk and I'm feeling less stressed. What is happening here is that it's easier for the brain to bite the nails than go for a walk. But going for a walk is so much more beneficial, and the brain is going to start understanding that we are feeling better every time we do that instead of the other pattern. And that is going to change the way that you are coming from point A to point B. But let's become a little bit more specific now. How we change a habit? How are we gonna change this toxic habit? First of all, you really need to write everything down. Write everything down. Writing is very, 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 very important for your progress in everything. Write down your dreams, write down your day, write down your desires, write down your toxic habits, for example. And we're gonna start by writing it down. The bad habit. I'm biting my nails. I'm smoking. And when you write this down, you're going to write also all the bad things that are happening when you are doing this bad habit. Make a list. All the bad things. I'm smoking. My heart hurts. I cannot climb up the stairs. I cannot perform well in sex. I don't know. Something that is like very important for you and that you are seeing some very bad results because of that. My skin is dry. I don't know. My teeth are yellow. And then write all the things that will happen if you stop having this habit. For example, I will be healthier, I will be able to run up the stairs, I will be able to have a better breath, all these good things that will happen when you stop smoking. And after you have done that, go to point A and write down why you do this, why you start doing this. And maybe you will find very good information about yourself. Maybe you realize that, okay, I'm stressed, or I'm lonely, or I'm shy. And this needs a lot of personal work, first of all. It's a completely different subject that we're going to talk at another time. So recognize your point A. So every time you realize that you are on point A, you understand that you might initiate the habit to go to point B. That is very, 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 very important. And since you have done these two tasks, then you are going to find the new strategy that you're going to substitute your bad habit with. For example, you're going to say, I'm going for a walk. And you are going to understand that this has to be a healthier one. Write it down, write its benefits down, make a nice, put a nice heart around it, make yourself feel good about it, and that is how you are actually dealing with the things that you have to change. And let's discuss something that we are probably all be going through at some points when we want to change something. And this is when we are on a point that we are relapsing. And it is very common that sometimes we relapse, and it's perfectly normal. But what is a relapse? It's, for example, that okay, I'm not smoking anymore, but they just fired me from work and I'm feeling so stressed, so the old strategy strikes because the stress is too much now. And you might actually smoke, but you know what? There are a few things that you can do so that you can reduce these times of relapse. First of all, you have to understand where you are vulnerable. Understand at which points this might be happening. Know when this might be happening. For example, it might be happening more in a social event because you are feeling the stress of the social interaction, or in very, very bad moments like this, or even in simpler moments that you are not actually feeling so prepared. And write them down. Secondly, prepare yourself for this time. So if you're feeling stressed and you want to smoke, don't have cigarettes at home. Don't have cigarettes in your bag. And don't have these things that are going to trigger you around you. And remember that there is another good point here is to inform your environment. Have a very good environment around you and make them help you throughout this journey of cutting an addiction, a bad habit. For example, let's say that you are a little bit of a social media addict and you are scrolling on your phone consistently every day, all day, and you're informing your friends that you don't want to do that anymore. So you have deleted the apps, from your phone, you have prepared yourself, or you have logged out from the apps. If you don't want to delete them, you have prepared yourself, you have prepared your environment, you have understood your vulnerabilities, and you have understood when this pattern comes, when does it happen, And then you inform your people, and your people might be able to recognize this pattern sometimes before even you recognize it. So maybe they see that you are starting like looking down, holding your phone, and start scrolling, and they're like, what are you doing there? Are you on Instagram again? So do you understand? They can be able to control a little bit of you, and they might also be able to help you during times that you are in a very difficult position and you might be triggered. So have a very good circle if it's possible. The last thing that I'm gonna say, and I said it before, observe your progress. Observe what you have done. Write down how well you have come, how well you have worked so far about this change. All the negatives, all the positives, everything that you have been doing and everything that you have not done yet. So this writing, as I said before, it is something that it's the most simple thing that a therapist can give to a patient, and it's the most difficult thing that the patient can bring back, because it's not everybody's cup of tea, I understand. And when you are in difficult situation, you're not gonna write your things down, but dudes, just give it a chance. It's very important. You will find so many things that are going to be different in your life after that. So many thoughts that you have in your head and they're so blurry. When you write them down, they become so much simpler and funnier in the end of the day. So I hope that you got informed about something that might be your own bad habit and how to overcome it, how to change it. And until next time, thank you. See you on another video.